I've been living my life like I forgot that I was a king. Peasants and jokers in my presence, accepting the presents that they would bring, forgetting the power of no and the ability of rejecting any clown who doesn't belong here. Jesters bowed down and kissed the ring. See, I was born from a king, which means that I was raised as a prince. And the fact that he died for me is my bloodstained evidence that evidently what he sees in me is beyond me, a future so blinding, but I'm blind. See, like Stevie Wonder said, I'm a part-time lover of myself. And sad, but it's true. It said, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, but what you allow to be done unto you projects how you think of you. Who and what's around you is a reflection of self-love. So when asking who murdered my joy, look in the mirror to get a clue. Is it Mrs. Scarlet in the conservatory with the wrench, or is it you, wherever you are, with the wrench of insecurity to screw up your life with the right weapons of mass self-destruction that you drew and choose to aim against yourself playing blame games? But if you really only knew the best game to play is mental monopoly. Own your own thoughts and collect on the value of your own intellectual property. Don't chance on the approval of others, banking on assumed fair rules they'll treat you properly. Some cards are always stacked up against you like community chess, so I stress that you demand that everyone pours into you profitably, because it's a tragedy for these young brothers and young sisters of royal descent to be royally unaware of a crown that's on their head, not because it's not real, but because they're being told that it's not there. But that golden feeling inside of your hearts and in your mind are the clues to your riches, and that is the way you should be inspired to discover the knowledge of yourself, your history, and your talent to uncover the crown that you really wear, because young kings and queens always wave a potential threat, not today, but always tomorrow, because once they've reached a certain age, they can inherit a kingdom and rule if they can just stay out of the grave. So don't you think it's a trick to keep you from your stuff if the enemy can get you to misbehave and get you locked up in the prisons of the world and in the prisons of your mind, paid by always training you to stay enslaved? They went from holding us with whips and chains to holding our focus with whips and chains, from strange fruit ropes to ropes of gold that hangs around necks and trains. Materialism to mean respect, to deflect from mining the gold, mining our brains, but still protect your neck like Wu-Tang, cause they will never steal what drips from your vein. Tricks are in vain, as a man thinketh so is he, so never agree that you're not worthy. Maintain I'm not a box mentalities. Self-love is a muscle, so focus on gains and never give up your gold mine for what they try to undermine you with and hand you over in exchange, cause real kings and queens know you can come for our crown, but you can never knock it off of us. Only convince us to put it down, but we learn to stay cool under pressure, even when we get knocked around, so don't mistake it being tilted for it falling to the ground. I said real kings and queens know you can come for our crown, but you can never knock it off of us. Only convince us to put it down, but we learn to stay cool under pressure, even when we get knocked around, but don't mistake it being tilted for it falling to the ground. So real kings, we need to see you. I hope it will click that we need you. Look alive. No one's perfect, but stay regal when facing evil. Forget feeble, cerebral mentalities, we're not equal. Thinking we're less is medieval, that's just a day like the Beatles. Volkswagen dragging around diesel, thoughts gassing us to be lethal. So we compete with our people, when together we move the needle. So we need a retrieval of unity, so we see through the visions painted on easel like structures of fights for civil rights, demanding us to be equal. My I Have a Dream sequel paints us living in peace, ruling our peace. Like how the king of the jungle being a lion doesn't impact the fact that the king of the sky is still the eagle. So just be you and trust that you're enough. Reminding yourself that you're great is a must. You have every tool inside of you to rebuild your kingdom of dreams they try to crush. Winning alone in a war against 300 could be seen as you being tough, just like being wounded by 300 arrows and having the courage to keep standing up. See, the truth about the truth is we plan A to Z, but God always mixes it up to be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, O, D. Our steps are ordered, step up. The only one standing in our way is us, so wake up. All your barriers are mental, wake up. The enemy's attacks are not coincidental, wake up. Please know that you can still have it all, because even when you fall, you're still called to be a king. Hey YouTube, Derrick Christian here. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch my I'm Not a Box video off of my full Common Sense project that is out right now. To see more of it, check out these links. But first, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content. Also, if you want to get the Common Sense merchandise like this cool I'm Not a Box shirt right here, go to sharecommonsense.com, and I look forward to seeing you online so we can share common sense together.